Okay guys, this is Dave. He's a 10 handicapper. This is his third lesson with me. We've already done a couple of lessons previously on his club face and changing his club face at the top of the swing. What his complaints when he first came to me was pushes. 10 handicapper, so they're not going to be huge, but pushes with his bad shot, hitting the ball too high as well, hitting quite a very high ball flight, struggling to get some forward shaft lean and some compression, especially with the longer clubs, and now and again he'd throw in a real excessive right one, maybe a bit of a semi-shank if you like, but just a real odd shot, which would just come from nowhere. So like I said, this is his third lesson. We've already done a couple of things regarding his club face and trying to shut the club face down. Again, explaining some of the reasons why the pushes and the odd shot used to creep in from nowhere to the right. So if we just show you where he's up to now, and we can just have a bit of a look at moving this swing forward. I mean, just to address here, I think Dave's got a 6 iron here. I think it was a 6 iron. He's definitely a little bit too far back in his stance here, and he picked himself, you know, that he wanted to widen his stance. I think that would be a good thing. I definitely would encourage that. So straight away, the two things he's going to look at, just without even looking at his full swing, if you like, he's just going to move his ball position a little bit and definitely widen his feet. So let's just have a look at the swing and see how we're getting on. Just swing him up to the top. We've also talked and I've discussed with Dave about swinging flat or getting his arms too deep. He understands that. He knows that I don't like, or I don't want his arms to get too deep into the swing, and when you see his downswing, you'll see why. And just to start with, club face is pretty good. I'll take that. There's not a problem there. So let's just have a look at him and run him into the downswing. So just going to start moving him into the downswing. Now this is the reason why I don't want him to be any flatter than this, or if possible to try and get his arms up a little bit higher. Is on the downswing, it's really important that the right elbow gets back in front of the right hip bone here. Alright, if you can do that, the right arm will hold back its throwing motion, it will hold external rotation, it will hold lag, it will hold all the power back till late into the downswing. Most people can't do this, or most players can't do this in the first place, because they have club face issues. But once you've sorted that, it's then really important that the player can then get his arms back in front of him, and if you swing too flat, it makes it very, very difficult to get your arms back in front of you. So if you just watch what happens with Dave here, we just pull him down, you'll kind of see how the right arm never really gets back in front of him. It's kind of by his side, and you can kind of see already how it's starting to unwind. It's starting to straighten, and if it starts to straighten early, then it's going to run out of its range of motion. And if it runs out of its range of motion, most of the power will have gone. It'll be slowing down, and it will also lead to variables that impact as the swing has to continue somehow. You'll see a little bit of rolling of the wrists here, and a little bit of an underflip in Dave's action to try and continue the motion. And if you look at about this point here, you can kind of see how the club looks like it's coming from behind him. Looks like it's being dragged through a little bit. There's no late hit. The arms are not extending on the left-hand side of the golf ball. And this is a little bit of an underflip, which is obviously contributing to the high shots that he's hitting. And if you take a good look over here on the close-up, you can just see that happening, how quickly the shaft kicks back, and how this right elbow here is not really in front of the hip at all before it starts releasing. And you can also see how the shoulders look quite flat, and the rib cage looks quite level as well, also indicating that the arms are providing an awful lot of the power. I would say in the 3 lessons that we've done, we've seen an improvement in ball flight. Dave's quite happy with the improvement in the ball flight. So, like I said, this is just pushing this on and trying to improve it. So, regarding the elbows, let's have a good look at a player who does hold the external rotation extremely well. This is Keegan Bradley over here on the right, and if we just swing Dave up to the top here, and then we swing Keegan up, you'll see lovely high arm swing. So this is, like I said, one of the things, if you're going to have a backswing, it's always better to be high rather than flat or rounded or one-planish, if you like. From there, it makes it much easier to get the arms back in front. So if you watch Keegan's downswing here, you'll see how the right elbow, which is just starting to pop out here under his left arm, is being pulled in front of his right hip. And if I freeze it about here, you can see how the right arm is still cocked back. It's still holding its throwing motion. The club is nice and high. It's still holding all its angles and holding all the speed, ready to deliver it at the very last second into the ball. And if we just get Dave down into this position here, you'll see how the arms and the club starts getting away from him almost instantly. These angles are going. Like I said, caused previously because of the club face issues. So hopefully, as we start developing this over the summer, it'll just get better and better. That this arm will hold its external rotation. It will hold its throw. This elbow will get in front of the right hip rather than by the side here when it's letting go of its angles. So I've discussed this with Dave. Obviously, I've given him a few drills and a few exercises to practice getting this arm back down in front of the right hip and then extending out after and beyond the ball. So both arms extend beyond the left hand side of the ball. Again, working towards this drive and hold release that I've shown you that all the top hitters have in previous videos. So hope that helps.